Welcome back to the Tall Tale Tavern, the monthly one-shot adventure TTRPG podcast. I am your tavern master and host, Kyle, and we are back for Chapter 2 of Expedition Untold. Joining me at the bar tonight... Oh, great. Recovering so... Oh, this is... Read in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Good. Recovering so quite a kid, current school psychologist, and aspiring magical girl. It's Brooke. Welcome back, Brooke.
Thank you, Arnold. That was so good.
That was possibly my worst Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Perfect, Arnold. No notes.
You really slipped too much into X-Racers from Galaxy 5000. That was not Arnold.
I did very much put you on the spot. You had no idea that was going to happen.
That's great.
So you know, I'm going to be here a while. And
I'd just be able to go in the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice because he's one of our podcast guests on our other
Exactly.
podcast.
You know him personally.
I think factually, Kyle, he lives in you.
Yes, of course.
But, you know, I have an intro, and I now maybe each week I might just give you a different prompt
on
how to read it. And you might call it a cop-out, but I think it's an opportunity for you to practice your, improv skills.
Improv, I like it. That I love it, actually. And also joining us, he puts the ass in Genasi. Scott is here. Welcome, Scott.
You got it, baby.
And also joining us, oh, gosh. She's not gonna write me an intro cause I asked for it, cause I need one. You see, she's not gonna write me an intro. Hopefully not make or break in this. She's just here to play. She's not gonna write one today. Unless it helps fight demons, she'll need a better reason to write me an intro today. Welcome back, Becca. Guys, this is episode 2 of this campaign. I'm already singing all the intros. This is wild. Welcome
Becca.
Becca.
Becca knew what I was going to do, so this is her fault.
I did not know Arnold was coming out. I was inspired by my Spotify day list while I was grading exams, so you guys can all blame that. But you did marvelous. I loved it.
I'd like to hear it again by Arnold.
Okay. One more time.
Maybe next week. I'll do it. No, Arnold, you're not going to do it. Anyways, welcome back, players. We have an exciting adventure to get back to, so let's reopen that book, turn to Chapter 2, and continue the story of Expedition Untold. Roll the intro.
Previously on the Tall Tale Tavern. Would you believe it, my esteemed companions Huguenard and Namby and myself were on a quest to choose the perfect story for our book club when suddenly the ground began to shake and our beloved tavern was attacked. We fell into a great cavern with a mysterious crystal at its heart, where we joined the bartender in taking up arms against an oversized, red, oozing monstrosity. Though my allies and I fought valiantly, we proved no match for the great beast, and, in an attempt to save us, were magically transported by the bartender into the story of Zoonopia. However, things were not as we knew them to be. We met the specious poacher Claiborne Khan, who himself was now being hunted by a deranged, corrupted, bloodlusted Toad, following the apparent death of Khatt the Big. Now, Huguenard, Namby, and myself are off to find Lizzie Mcfire in an attempt to set this subverted story straight and perhaps find a way back to our own home.
And so we rejoin our heroes. You are standing in the forest and have decided to move on toward the desert to find Lizzie and head toward the desert and toward the Sphinx, where they have where she has holed up with some other survivors from the island. And as you walk toward the desert, The forest path becomes sandy, and you pass a barren exhibit with a single cactus in it on your left. You continue walking and pass a stone wall with inlets that contain small, dry aquariums, which you assume at one point held some snakes and lizards or other small desert animals. They're all barren except for one, the largest central one, which has a small red flowering plant inside it, crawling around, and it appears to have a bunch of dead bugs wrapped inside its body. You continue forward and come to an open area with a small wooden sign staked in the ground titled The Great Desert Safari. Next to the sign is a large map which shows a desert with a large central oasis and palm trees scattered around it. And you look past the sign and all you see is expansive desert that seems to go on forever. And the oasis is now dry. In the distance, you are able to make out a faint form, which appears to be a statue of a sphinx. What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, the whole time we're walking, M'tiro has pulled out his phoenix feather quill and parchment paper, and he's like taking notes on everything he sees and recounting all of the things that happened, just both in a letter and as notes to himself. I guess
My friends, the Sphinx, it calls to us.
Let's go.
Was there a trick to this? Wasn't there like a mirage in this desert that we're headed into? Hugh's straight up walking into the desert as asking this.
Oh, yes.
There was a trick, wasn't there?
Ooh, that's a great... I don't remember.
Like a fire-based one, right? I feel like there was fire.
Can
But
I make
that
a
also
history
could've
check
just
to
been-
remember if there was a trick and if it was fire-based?
The history of the memories of the books, I suppose. If you want to do a history check for your character, you can. Go ahead and give a history check if you want to do it together.
Cool.
I got a 17.
Dirty 20.
Got a 9.
Nice.
Way to go, Namby.
You remember walking the story as it was told before. The characters had walked through the desert and kind of came up onto some mirages. And the way that it was solved in the story previously was that Lizzie had casted Dispel Magic, and it had erased kind of the effect. You remember also from that good history check, just that Claiborne had given you some instructions to walk through the desert toward the Sphinx to stay together. That was his advice.
Okay. To the Sphinx?
Toward the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Walk
I
forward.
unfortunately do not possess the ability to dispel magic.
I know how to do that, but I didn't get that ready today. I didn't know we were gonna be in a book.
Have no worries, Namby. Our feet, if they stay true, will guide us there.
I'll prepare it tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, we just have to stick together.
You all walk forward into the sand, into the desert, and the sun starts to really just beat down. It's early. It's still in the morning. You know, the sun has risen, but on the sand, the sun is just reflecting off of it. The heat is rising, and it is hot. And you start to get sweaty as you guys continue to walk. And you look up every so often, every 30 seconds or so, and you don't see the Sphinx getting any closer. And you just continue forward through the hot sand until eventually, Namby, you look up again and see that the Sphinx is not there.
Oh.
It's not there at all?
It's not there at all.
Look,
And
guys, it's gone.
the desert looks completely barren.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Barren seems scary.
I don't see how it could be a good thing. But I like that your mind is in a positive place, Namby, open to the possibility.
Yeah, I mean, something changed, which seems good, but it seems to change to something bad, which seems bad.
Maybe it's just trying to mess with us and we're just supposed to keep going together?
Those are the instructions that we were given. I say we continue to persevere. Personally, it might be hot, but I am a fire genasi, so I'm fine, I feel like. I don't know about you guys.
If I look around, I don't see anything else. Like, it's just completely barren.
You look around, and to the east, you see a temple of Soul. It is just makes sense that there would be a giant temple of Soul in the middle of the desert. You feel drawn toward it, this giant temple of Soul. M'tiro, you start to take a step forward to the north. That's kind of the direction you were walking, and you see a plume of fire erupt from the ground, and around it, there's a small caravan of Fire Genasi traders. And Hugh, you look to the west, and you see a bakery in the distance, surrounded by a small oasis, and the smell of bread is kind of luring you to that area.
It's been a while since I've eaten. You guys mind if I pop into this bakery over here?
No, Huguenard, no. My brethren are over here. They will surely know the way to the Sphinx.
But do they have
guys,
bread?
there's a temple over there. They will help us. They're always really helpful at the temples of Soul. Do we see their things?
No, you only see yours.
There is what temple, Namby, and what bakery?
I don't see any caravan.
They're right there, plain as day. The heat is messing with both of your minds. I am immune as a Fire Genasi. You should trust me.
So this was the north,
maybe.
the east, and the west. If Hugh turns to the other direction, the south, is there anything in that direction for?
It is.
That's where we
barren
came from?
Sands. It is sand that direction, and nothing else. That's the direction you had come from.
I think if the desert is playing tricks on us, it makes the most sense to continue down the path we were walking where we knew the Sphinx was.
Can we see footsteps in the sand behind us, like where we have walked?
Roll a perception. Roll a perception. Yeah, perception to
Okay.
see if you can how far you can see.
Ooh, there we go. 23.
Nice.
23. You're able to make out a trail. It looks like the wind is kind of wiping away your footsteps, but you do see in the distance with that good roll, you do see like one footstep back to the south as it kind of wipes away and goes away.
Okay. I will maybe take out my mace and like just keep an eye on our footsteps and try to keep us like going in one direction, like keeping that as like a straight kind of path just to like guide us so we don't get like slightly off path in this like huge deserted place.
I know I proposed this with a lot of things, but do you think the answer here is friendship? Like where we have to like hold hands or something? I mean, because if we go together, that could mean literally together. Oh, I have a really high carrying capacity. With your guys' consent, may I pick you up and try something?
I'm small, so yes.
I suppose it's not every day that somebody has to pick me up, but I trust you, Huguenard.
Okay.
Can I just pop up then onto M'tiro?
I was like imagining all of a sudden a picture in my head of you on my shoulders and then me just like a damsel in distress carrying him.
I was really picturing laying back into it and relaxing.
totally fine.
Really leaning into the drama.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Hugh, as your friends are jumping on top of you.
I do have the carrying capacity of a large creature with my homebrew troll build that you made me. 22. Math is hard.
Easily, yes. It's Namby, you're able to climb up on this half troll like it's like a tree. You know, it's just like it's
kind of convenient. My
that.
ears stick straight out like handlebars. You just can hold on to
hold
that.
on. I'm doing the little
ears.
kid thing
Yeah.
where
my big
my
ears?
legs are around your neck and I'm just holding onto your ears.
Yep. And M'tiro, you are comfortable in these massive arms of
My big burly arms.
lounging.
And then I'm gonna just keep walking straight north with the direction that we were headed before, with them in my arms.
Kind of try and keep us on a straight path.
Oh yeah, you can keep your mace forward.
As you continue forward with your friends on your back, you walk forward and you're about to meet this caravan of Fire Genasi in this plume that M'tiro sees, but you do not.
Right
M'tiro,
here.
you see them you see you walking up to it, and just as you're about to reach it, the mirage goes away. And in front of you, about 100 feet away, is the Sphinx. And you see it in the distance. And just as you are about to step forward again, the sand beneath you starts to shift. In front of you, a large black claw bursts from the sand and slams down on the sand. Behind you, a large black tail rises up with a sharp stinger on the end. To the left, these large mandibles chomp aggressively outside of the sand as these insectoid creatures crawl out. In mere seconds, you find yourself surrounded by 3 giant scorpions. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh no! What kind of an action would be tossing M'tiro be? Because he's in my arms. Would that be a bonus action? Would this be a free action object?
You are equipping him right now. You don't have. You would have to.
Right. What do I do? Use him.
I suppose when you're equipping him, so you'd have to, drop him, and I think you could. I think I'd be fine with you just drawing your sword after that, or your your warhammer, your bone crusher, because that's just equipping a different weapon basically.
Okay.
But we will say that takes a little bit of your movement. We'll say half your movement because you're carrying 2 of them.
Yeah. Namby's on my shoulders, so I'm not as worried. But yeah.
Okay. What are you guys' initiatives?
22.
Dirty 20.
19.
Whoa.
Good initiatives. Okay.
Interesting. You see these 3 giant jet black scorpions surrounding you. And they are large creatures. They're huge. They're 10 feet away from all of you at this point. M'tiro, you are up first. And you are in the arms of
an angel.
Of an angel. Of you.
Okay. M'tiro is going to... trying to think. For a scorpion, I think this would be good. I'm gonna put a hand onto Namby.
Do not fear the scorpion venom.
And cast Enhance ability with Bear's Endurance to gain advantage on Constitution checks and to gain 2d6 temporary hit points, which are lost when the spell ends.
Yeah.
I imagine you just standing up on Hugh's arms, covering his face for a second as you're talking to Namby on top of Hugh's head.
And you gain 6 temporary hit points, Namby.
Sweet.
And then
I'll be brave, M'tiro.
I'll do my best to hop on out of Hugh's arms, but also as I'm hopping out, as a bonus action.
Huguenard, show them the fierce impact of your weapon like you did that red ooze monster.
And take an inspiration.
Oh, okay. So that's an
D8.
D8, right? Okay.
Yes. And then as last time, as I described, a little, non-tangible stick. Yeah, mote of potential starts floating near you as well, which will activate depending on how you use that. And then I will attempt to be behind Huguenard because I don't want to be confronting these scorpions.
It is sort of tough because they are there's 3 of them around,
well,
so
then
you can.
I'll get into a back-to-back position or something, so nothing can sneak up on us.
Gotcha. Good. Hugh, you're up.
Since they're 10 feet away from us at this point, so M'tiro could, in theory, move out of the little danger zone without getting opportunity attacks, or am I picturing that wrong? If he just wanted to get out.
Leave the area and go through a couple of the scorpions.
Oh, so then he would have to go through that?
Yeah, but he would be, as far as you know, they have a 5-foot range. But you would be able to do that and get out into the sand. Of the middle of the sand away from your friends.
All I know about this area is we need to travel together and that there could be more scorpions. So I don't think he would want to really get away from the group anyway. I wouldn't leave you guys just to fight them on your own. I just don't want to
totally fair.
be the first thing they go after, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Hugh is going to reach down and pull out Bone Crusher, the warhammer made out of a giant femur bone, and is going to start to square up to one of the scorpions, whichever is easy to track. And he doesn't understand 100% what happened before, but he's kind of just like tentatively rub a hand against his journal that's on his belt, and black ink starts oozing out of the journal, and we get...
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Ooh. So we'll say on the other side of this, one of the scorpions, the same one he was gonna go after, the black ink kind of pools and starts to like spread out, pretty spread out, and then rises up from the ground in the shape of a Prius. And Ben Biofuel,
Hell yeah.
in his Prius form, is on the other side of the scorpion now. And then Hugh is going to take... Yeah. He's going to take 2 swings at that scorpion. We'll say just for flavor, one of the swings is through Ben Biofuel. So Ben Biofuel is going to try to battle ram him forward at the scorpion, and then we'll say the other one's from Hugh. Beep, beep. I have really good safety. Okay. So I can use Bardic on attacks, right?
On the attack roll,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, the attack roll. And you have, with your half troll, you have a 10-foot reach.
Yep.
Right, so you're just being able to stand where you are. Yep.
Yep. Cool. So, and I'll say the same thing for Ben Biofuel, have him 10 feet away because he has the same reach as me right now. So he just kind of vroom-vrooms forward. So let's see, his attack is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And then my attack, Hugh's attack, is going to be, also a 23 to hit. What is the Bardic, the extra feature since I used it on an attack roll?
Yeah, the target that you're attacking needs to do a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die.
Oh, cool, that's 8.
Great, he rolled a 10.
Oh, there you go. Takes 8 thunder damage on that
The
scorpion.
stick floating around you just starts to like crackle and burn and then explode, I guess, to make a loud boom.
Nice.
That's great.
Okay. 28 magical bludgeoning damage for between Ben Biofuel and Hugh.
Okay, great. Yeah, you swing your bone hammer into it and crack against the chitin, and it really like cracks and crunches, and you get some insect juice on that bone. Ben Biofuel from behind, meep beep, and just like does like a tail whip, does like a spinning
Tokyo drifts into it?
Yeah, Tokyo drifts into him and slams the back end of it into the tail portion of this scorpion and starts to like turn him a little bit, does a little bit of damage there. And this scorpion, from those hits and then the thunder cracking against it, is looking pretty bad. That was a good amount of damage. That was a pretty good amount of damage. It looks fairly strong, isn't missing any limbs or any of its giant claws or anything. Anything else for your turn?
I will use the Unleash Incarnation feature to take an additional attack with Ben Biofuel on there.
Okay.
Because I did the attack action. Sorry for separating this up. Hey, Ben just crit.
Good for Ben.
Right.
Good job, Ben. I'm so proud of you.
If you crit, is this every attack turn that you've had so far? You've had a crit.
I think
that
one
It's
I did
almost
not.
every one.
maybe
This
not
is just
against
how-
Clayborn, but like the ooze monster and the
Yeah, I didn't crit against Clayborn, but the
This is just
ooze
how
monster.
playing with Becca is. She
Yeah,
just
so-
rolls 20s all the time.
Just let it happen.
I think she's a witch and she steals my good rolls.
I'll never tell. 15 plus. So an additional 22 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, additional 22 bludgeoning damage. Ben, he he does his Tokyo Drift slam and then stops, and you see his trunk pop open, and you see the shotgun come out of his rear, and he blasts the scorpion to pieces. Boom! It is gone. The scorpion, the chitin is flying everywhere. There's a claw that flies over the head of Namby on top of your body. She's just been riding on at this point, like holding on for dear life. And that scorpion is eviscerated and gone. Namby, you are up.
Whoa, okay.
Sorry, it was so gross.
I don't really need to hop down.
Yeah, stay on.
At this point, you're just limiting Hugh's movement to half speed. Being
Okay.
on top. We'll
I don't need to go.
So
I don't need to go anywhere.
Just in case. Also, I think
because you're a
M'tiro,
small creature and Hugh is so big that's just how that works for right now.
I think M'tiro's squishier than both of us, so I'll hop down and kind of maybe make more of a like shield in front of M'tiro, and I'll just look at one of the others and cast Guiding Bolt. So gotta roll to see if I can hit them. Ooh, nat 20.
Yeah.
Easy.
So that's gonna be 8d6. Okay, guys. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Two at a time. Okay. Ooh, 9 total.
Nice.
Okay. 4. Okay, no, that's good. Come on, dice. Here we go. 5. Okay.
Someone keeping track of this.
I'm keeping track.
I'm keeping track. 7.
I should be a DM.
I was gonna say, I was like, no.
Who's the DM?
It's 25.
All right, so 18. Thank you. 25 plus nothing. 25. Radiant damage.
25. Okay.
And the next
Radiant
attack,
damage?
yes, and the next attack gets advantage.
And that's your guiding bolt. What does that look like when you cast guiding bolt?
It just comes up or it comes down, essentially looks like it comes from the sky, like a bolt of like sunlight, like a solar flare, just like pew.
That's anything else for your turn?
I don't think so.
Okay. That beam of sunlight hits the scorpion and just heats up that black chitinous body, and it takes that radiant damage. And it is still, standing, still looking pretty, still looking decent, but it definitely maybe looks about half as good as it did. So that was 25 points of radiant.
Nice.
Anything else?
That is it.
Okay. You guys rolled great on your initiative, so now it's the scorpion's turn.
Yay.
Turns.
Here they are.
And
To
there
rock
are
us
2
like
left.
A hurricane.
So basically we have the 2 scorpions are facing against, we have Namby and Hugh in the front, and M'tiro is kind of hunched back behind them, able to stay away from some of this damage. The first one is going to do claw attack against Namby, and that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And that will be, its first attack is going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled. And so it grabs you with its claw. It is going to swipe at you with its other claw for a 13 to hit.
No.
And then with you grappled, it is going to sting, and the stinger is going to come over the top of its body for an 18 to hit.
That is my AC.
That stinger comes off over the top, hits you for 11 points of piercing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, I have advantage on those.
Nice.
All right. Or wait, save? Do I have advantages on saves too, or just checks? Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's
If it's for poison.
There is
Or
no.
what is
Well,
it?
it's enhance ability. Is that just checks or saving throws?
It says advantage on Constitution checks. Oh, I don't. But you don't make.
Oh yeah, this wouldn't be a.
There is
saving-
no
that wouldn't be a
Constitution check.
saving
It's
throw.
there's only a con
Yeah.
saving throw, right?
That
Yeah, so
doesn't
that
make
would have
sense.
to be a saving throw.
Has to be.
'cause-
That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
like,
There's
yeah.
not a single
Con-
ability.
con
Give
is
it
just-
advantage, yeah.
check.
This is
Yeah.
from
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you did a whole spell for this. It would
I
be
see what you're
sense. It would
saying.
be,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the saving
Okay.
throw.
Okay.
So yeah, advantage.
Cool. 15.
Yes, you save. And so you do get stung. You feel the poison enter your body, but you're able to resist it. You're going to take half of 17 points of damage, so 8 points of poison damage.
Okay, I'm not looking so great.
No, Namby, hop back up.
That was the first scorpion. The one in front of Hugh is going to, and you are grappled still by this, Namby.
Okay.
17 to hit you, Hugh.
That is my AC, so it hits.
That first claw is going to grapple you and do 5 points of bludgeoning damage. The second is going to be an 11 to hit, which will miss. And then the stinger is going to come over the top for a 15 to hit.
Miss.
And misses. That stinger, you're grappled, but that stinger is you're able to dodge out of the way as it just whiffs past your head, this massive stinger, and retracts back. That is the scorpion's turn. Behind you, you all hear a wah! And you glance behind and you see an axe beak running toward you through the sand. Pat, 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 pat. It leaps in the air, jumps in the sand, slides, the sand sprays everywhere, and you see a lizardfolk sitting up top of it. Natalie, will you please join the table?
Surprise, it's me! I'm Lizzie!
Whoa!
I'm shocked.
I had no idea this was happening.
It wasn't in the intro or anything.
Natalie, will you describe your character for us as she is riding in on this axe beak?
Yeah, so Lizzie Mcfire is a Lizardfolk Druid. She's riding on her Axebeak Miranda, and the biggest things you can notice about her right off the bat are that she's wearing a necklace that is jangling with bones and teeth. She also has 2 strings on Miranda from Axebeak's bridle to the sort of makeshift saddle, also filled with bones. And she's got a bit of a frill on her head that sort of lifts up as she's jumping into battle, because she's a little surprised. Hey, what are you doing? You blew up my breakfast. Not cool. I just wanted to get a little toasty.
The good news is there are still 2 more to eat.
And does she act?
Yeah, so it is your turn,
All right.
Lizzie, and you jump in and you see Namby is taking some hits and Hugh is taking some hits, and Namby is this Harengon and Hugh is this giant half troll, is 8 foot tall, I think, right?
Yeah, almost 8 feet tall.
Almost 8 feet tall. But you jump in the fray and you see a giant scorpion that is half as good, half healthy, and one that seems to be untouched. And they are giant. They're about 5. They're large creatures, and they both have one of them in their claws.
Each
so
of them.
Hugh is in a claw and Namby is in a claw.
Which one's the weaker one? Is Namby is grasped by?
Yes, yeah, the Harengon. Yep,
All right,
Namby looks damaged.
So she tries to get her breakfast toasty and produces flame. So a small sort of softball size orb of fire appears in her hand, and she just on her hand chucks it at the scorpion. That is 19.
19, yes, that hits.
That is just 7 fire damage.
Good. Yeah, that fire just sizzles on this scorpion. It takes that damage from it. And then anything else for your turn?
So I've walked up pretty close to it on my Axebeak, and as a bonus action, I'm hungry, so I'm going to take the Lizardfolk ability to bite as a bonus action, Hungry Jaws, and make oh no, that's a 6. So whiffs. Not used to eating breakfast on the go. So
You look at that big meaty claw and just want to get at that meat inside of it. You gnaw down on the chitin and are unable to pierce it with your jaw. Okay, anything else?
So I'm on the mount. So Miranda dodges, I guess.
All right. And back up at the top, M'tiro, you're up.
I am up. Let me ask you, if say dissonant whispers means something has to use as far as its speed has to move as far as its speed allows away from me, and technically its full speed would mean having to break a grapple in order to move as far as its speed allows, because it moves at half speed when it's grappling somebody.
So it has to use its full speed. No, it would take them with it.
Drag us away.
Just was curious.
Yeah,
Then, so inspired by Lizzie arriving, M'tiro's, yes, the fire be with us all. And I'm going to also cast Produce Flame and hurl a fireball at the one that is holding Namby, since Namby's not doing so well right now.
Rough.
Yeah. That dice did not roll at all. Landed on a 2. Didn't even make an attempt to fucking roll. Just went down. 2. Go fuck yourself, it said.
It pre-decided.
It really did. I forgot to take my gloves off, so you just see like smoke start coming out from under my hand. Like I tried to make the fireball, but nothing happened. Oh, whoops. Take the glove off for next time, I guess. Namby, I'm sorry. I can't be with you on this turn, but all you need is yourself. And I give a bardic inspiration to Namby.
Oh, that's so nice.
And that's going to have to be it for my turn.
Hugh, you are up, and you are, the way it's positioned, you are 10 feet, you're 5 feet from the one that's in front of you, and 10 feet from the one that's in front of Namby.
And grapple just means I don't have movement, right?
Correct. Yeah,
okay.
Your movement is 0.
So I'm going to take both of my attacks against Namby's, because I can reach it with my 10-foot reach troll arms.
And I should say...
The DM made a face.
I should specify whether we're using... This is going to... Legacy definitions is that you are of 0 speed. Mm-hmm. And so we will, go with that.
I see.
Okay.
But
yeah, cool. Okay. Then I am going to just reach out a big beefy arm towards Namby's. Woo! Holy shit, you guys, that's 2 nat 20s. I'm not even fucking kidding. I am taking a picture of this. Holy shit.
I'm gonna need receipts for all of these.
Did you do what I did and just set it down on the number?
No! Oh my
Here
god! I literally am so sweaty right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. I'm gonna send that picture in a second when we're not recording and it's not gonna lag everything. Okay. Holy
Just
crap!
going in the show notes. Yes.
Okay. So thrown off by that. All right. So that's 40 bludgeoning damage from Hugh on Namby's, because he is so mad to see his friend hurt like that.
What does this look like to a scorpion that had 20 HP left, and you did 40 HP damage to it?
So it's 2 swings with Bone Crusher, and I think this is not Hugh's weapon. This is his sister River's. He just carries it as kind of a memento, like some people carry a locket from a loved one. But in this moment, seeing his friend very injured and grappled, I think he just channels River and all of her stories and just wails and does one uppercut and then on a backswing just smashes its head off with it.
Great. Yes, it's gone. The head flies off of this scorpion. It's got a thick neck, right? It's a scorpion that goes into a body, but you just whack that head off, and it is collapsing, and there's guts coming out of it. There's a big piece of claw meat that's coming out of it toward you.
Breakfast is ready,
Lizzie.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not done quite yet.
Okay.
It's gonna sound lackluster, but
that was your first attack, right?
No, that was both attacks. The 2 nat 20s.
Hugh's
Hugh's done attacking, but one of the features of an Echo Knight is Manifest Echo. So as my bonus action, I am going to switch places by teleporting with Ben Biofuel. So I am no longer grappled, and then I'm going to use my remaining movement to scoop up Namby and put her back up on my shoulders.
Okay, cool. Did you have Ben come next to you after his last turn? Because I still have him where he was behind the other scorpion.
Yeah, so he was away, right?
Yeah, he was away. Yeah.
Yep, so we can teleport as long as we're within...
Okay, cool.
Yep, there is no distance requirement for the teleport, so we just switch places.
Okay,
and,
cool.
I don't think he can actually be... I don't know, this will be your ruling because it doesn't say, but that these echoes are just images. They're magical, translucent, gray images, so I don't know if they can actually be grappled. So your call on that,
they
though,
do have
either way.
1 HP, right, if they get hit?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you want to grapple them, that's totally fine.
No, I like it that you switch places and all of a sudden there is a Prius in the in the claw of this scorpion. It's just this huge car and it's trying to grab onto it and it just can't because it's in the middle of this image of a Prius. Makes no sense.
I'm taking notes on this insane looking device that has appeared. I mean, yeah, sure, we might have heard this story, but I've never seen a Prius, a car before.
It's not what I imagined it would look like.
I'm going to do one last thing, and then I promise I'm done. I am going to, now that Ben is with that scorpion, I'm going to have Ben take an attack against that scorpion with the Unleash Incarnation. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
And then 15 bludgeoning damage to that scorpion.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now I promise I'm done. Oh my gosh, I'm still so sweaty, you guys. There was a nat 20, and then a 19 on the dice. Whew. Thanks for these dice, Brooke.
Ben just beeps the giant scorpion and opens a car door into it and smacks it in the head.
Amazing.
That's it for your turn. Namby, you are up.
Okay, I think... How far is that scorpion from me? Or from me and Hugh, because I'm on Hugh.
10 feet.
Yes, 10 feet. Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over this, and I want to protect myself and my friends, so I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians, which goes out 15-foot radius around me. When they start their turn in the Spirit Guardians, it'll take damage, so it doesn't take damage right now, but they also have half movement when they're within that radius.
Okay, cool. And cool, anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Great. What do your Spirit Guardians look like?
It's kind of more just a force field around me that's just ethereal, kind of warm, glowing light. It's not little beads of anything. It's just sort of sometimes it's beads, but then they kind of are wishy-washy, moving around, and just kind of a warm force field around me.
Is it like when dogs and cats sleep in sunbeams? Are we just in a nice sunbeam?
Yes, it's just a nice little comfy sunbeam.
A sunbeam in this desert with the sun blaring down on us.
It's a
a good sun, a good sunbeam.
I just trying to picture it. It's already so bright, and then just here's a little extra.
It's weirdly cooler in my sunbeam because it's the optimal temperature.
Hugh, you're sweating balls out here, and these two are just
so
soaking
hot.
up the sun. They are just loving
I've got
every
that
moment. The fire Genasi is soaking it up, and
no, I've got big boy body. I'm so
sun.
sweaty.
Yeah.
So sweaty.
Absolutely.
Great. So it is Scorpion's turn, and does it have a saving throw it needs to
It
make?
does. It is wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
How wise is a Scorpion? It rolled a 17.
Oh, gosh dang it. My save's a 15, so it takes half damage, but it's 3d8, 14 radiant damage.
Okay. It heats up that black kite and it looks very uncomfortable, this scorpion does. It's got this Prius in front of it. It doesn't know what the heck that is. It's gonna try and claw at it. It uses one of its multi-attacks to do a 20 to hit on Ben Biofuel.
That hits, and so Ben just goes whoosh down into a rush of ink.
Ben is gone. It swipes another claw at its closest person. It's going to be at Hugh, standing there. And that is a 2 on the dice to hit for a 6. That's not.
That does not hit. No, actually.
Misses with the claw attack. And it's going to use its sting ability, and you have Namby on top of you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, up on my shoulders.
And yeah, let's see. M'tiro, you are out of its range. Lizzie is out of its range.
Come at me, bro.
I am going to. Namby's on top of you. I'm going to do a roll to see which one the stinger is going to actually try and target, because she's right there on top of you and it's coming from the top. So, of course, I don't have my D2, my fancy D2 in front of me. I gotta
Go get it.
Kyle.
Go get
It's
it.
so important.
Gotta get the D2. Everybody hold for the D2.
Really fast. Natalie, I'm so
useful
excited that I actually get to
whenever.
meet you.
Hi. Hi.
Scott didn't allow this before.
Natalie is my friend. Back the fuck off.
Mine. I'm so excited.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. Lizzie Mcfire, literally, like, that name and Gordo made me cackle out loud when I was listening to the episode, so I'm very
now
excited that
Miranda.
she is brought
So
back. And
excited.
Miranda, oh gosh, so good. It's like my 90s kid heart and my early aughts heart was just like, oh, this is amazing.
I've got my
Got it.
D2.
The name is the entire character.
Because there would have been no way to do this roll without the D2.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
Oh,
true.
it's one of those
I'm glad
coins.
Good. So heads is gonna be.
That's gotta be Namby.
Right, because she's up on the head.
She's on the head. Namby is heads, and
Wow, what a role reversal for you two. This time Becca's the legs. Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys
equal
have,
opportunity.
This is like your thing.
My turn to be the legs.
Beholder butt is Hugh. It's the butt. Beholder butt. So
There we
Sting
go.
is gonna come at you, Hugh, and it is going to be an 18 to hit.
Hit.
Oh, but does it though? Because as it's starting to pierce, all of a sudden,
Over here, you gigantic, ugly, oversized insect!
and he's gonna cast Silvery Barbs.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Kyle's favorite spell.
My favorite spell.
I let you have a whole turn without doing it, so
Let me tell you, in our other campaign, at my home campaign, the boss that you guys are fighting right now has silvery barbs, and it's been so
Yeah.
fun for me.
You've been using it a lot on
been
me.
great.
I know.
Well, that's weird. Every monster now has silvery barbs. So.
Yeah, crazy how that works.
What a great idea.
It gets distracted. Let's see, the stinger hits for a 13.
It misses.
Misses, and you get to grant advantage to somebody with that silvery barbs.
I will go ahead and grant advantage to our new friend Lizzie Mcfire.
Great.
You're not Miranda?
It is a good choice because it is Lizzie's turn. You're up.
Great. So we just have the last scorpion facing the two of them, huh?
Yep.
Okay. So Lizzie rides up towards them. Not all the way, but maybe stops maybe 10 feet away. Wants to keep this one a little intact, and so whips out a thorny rope and with towards the scorpion, and let's see what that does. Oh no, that's going to be a 9 to hit.
9
So-
to hit.
But do you have?
with-
Is that with advantage
Oh, that's,
even?
that's not with
Oh, yeah.
advantage. You're right.
The silvery barb strikes.
That one will do it. That will do 23.
Yes.
Don't you
that
love
will
it
hit.
when it does it both ways?
Yes.
So good.
So good.
So we're looking at 7 piercing damage on that.
Yeah, you go to use that. It's a thorn whip, right? Is that what you
Yep.
did? Yeah, you use that thorn whip and just like, you don't know this fire genasi at all, but his just inspiring presence as gives you the confidence to hit the scorpion. You said that was 7 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay.
I do not have a bonus action. I will just dodge.
You'll have your the axe beak Miranda dodge?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. We are back up to M'tiro.
All right. M'tiro's so jazzed up from the insults that he was already hurling that he just keeps insulting this thing.
Disgusting disgrace for a creature. You dare try to jump on my friends. Attack them. You make me sick.
Casting Vicious Mockery at it this time, so it needs to make a Wisdom saving throw of 15.
It got a 2.
Hey, all right. It takes 7 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
Okay. Looks visibly insulted as it takes that psychic damage.
And as he's hurling these insults, sparks are coming out of his mouth, and at the end he spits on the ground, and it's just fire that whisks away before it even gets there.
Oh, that's cool. Great. Hugh, you're up.
So Hugh is going to touch his journal again, and I pre-rolled it, and this time we see the ink ooze out of the journal and pool right next to the scorpion and form up into an Aasimar that is wearing necromancer robes and carrying a bag of holding with a little a skull kind of sticking out of the bag of holding and a wand that'll never be used. And Hugh immediately gets rolled bashful and blushes as Deandra is standing and dies right there about 10 feet away from him. And he kind of rubs hands and had just suddenly gotten sweaty on his pants, and he's like, okay, all right. And then he's going to reach out and he's going to try to swing and do 2 attacks against the scorpion. Oh my gosh! You guys, I just rolled 2 nat 1s.
There is no...
2 nat 1s?
2 nat 1s! What the fuck?
No!
No, Die is right there, and he just embarrassed
Oh my god, you
himself.
fucking embarrassed yourself in front of Die.
Oh, no.
His pants falls
In front
down.
of Die. Oh, no. This is literally Hugh's worst nightmare.
Hugh's palms get so sweaty that he goes and he swings at the scorpion, and the bone crusher just slips right out of his hand. And it flies 15 feet away into the sand and lodges into the sand. You're without your bone crusher right now. As you are just so enamored with Deandra standing next to you, and Namby and M'tiro. I don't know if this is something that you know about Hugh. He looks very flustered at the sight of Deandra.
You guys can see. So these are his sketches that are coming out, and you can actually see this is an interesting where there's these little ink hearts that are just kind of floating around her, and
I think for Deandra, they better be realistic humanoid hearts.
Yeah, real hearts that are kind of oozing a little bit.
Yeah.
No, Hugh would never. So Deandra will look at where Bone Crusher went and landed over in the sand, and kind of look at the scorpion, and then we'll just swing the bag of holding and do the Unleash Incarnation, because I don't have to actually hit in order for the Echo to use an extra attack. Okay, at least I'm gonna do something. I can't believe I rolled 2 nat 1s after 2 nat 20s. What is up with these dice? Very thematic. That is going to be a 26 for Deandra.
Yes, that will hit.
And that's gonna be 13 damage.
13 damage. It only had 9 left. Ooh. And so the bag of holding smashes into the scorpion, and it falls and tips over on its back, and its legs curl up in the heat of the sun, and everything is quiet on the sands. And Deandra, how long does she last?
She just stays there until technically unless I unsummon the Echo or she's reduced to 1 HP. Hugh is not making eye contact, looking, and it just rubs his sweaty hands on his legs, and then just kind of shuffles off with still Namby on his shoulders to get Bone Crusher, and is just looking everywhere but at her.
Okay, so I have a passive perception of 22 and a passive insight of 17. And even though I can't see your face, you rolled 2 nat 1s. I feel like I can feel it in your body because I'm literally sitting on, I can feel the tension in your shoulders and you're like not looking.
You know how like blushes feel hot? Like you literally feel the heat radiating off of Hugh's face.
I know what's up, I think.
Yeah, die around.
Namby Pambleton ain't no simpleton. She knows what's going on.
Well fought, my friends. We've done it. And as fates would have it, we have found you, Lizzie.
Well, it seems that I found you. I was not expecting to see anybody new here. People have stopped appearing on this island for quite some time now. And you don't look like the usual crowd who would. So at first I thought maybe this is one of the desert's mirage. I don't know. But no, this crowd is too weird to be my own imagination.
Hi, Lizzie. Big fan. Really like your work. Oh, sorry.
My work?
I'm
My
Hugh.
work?
We've heard your story. Well,
Nice.
the other one, the non-corrupt one with Khatt.
The story? No, that's all too real.
Right.
Yeah.
What my friend is trying to say, Lizzie, and you are right, we are not from here. We are not the usual type. We have been transported to this place in our world. Your journey is a story that we have heard tell of. It was written down and cataloged, and some sort of entity we think is corrupting the story, and we've been sent here. I know that might sound crazy. Allow me to introduce myself first. I am M'tiro Berstero, the greatest bard you will ever meet. And these are my valiant, brave champion friends, Namby Pambleton and Huguenard. Name I can't remember. Rockbridge.
Nice to meet you, although it seems that you already know me. I'm not sure how that works. It's a story, but no one gets off the island. How do people?
I think it was originally told by that eagle guy.
Carl.
Yes, we heard it straight from the eagle's beak.
No. Carl went down. He did not make it in our final confrontation. How did?
Yes, well,
How did you talk to him?
Well, we met Claiborne Khan in the jungle, and he sent us to find you, and he told us that the version of events that happened when you confronted him did not match what we had heard in our world.
Something very strange is going on. We still want to get off this island, and I'm guessing you probably do too, because I don't think... Unless... Do you have a way to get off this island?
I mean, we don't know how he got here.
No, unfortunately, we were sent here by an ally who did not divulge the magic that he was using.
Okay. Well, we have the workings of a plan, and maybe some additional bodies will help us get there. I should take you back.
Perfect. An alliance has been formed.
Yes. Let's have some of this lovely scorpion meat, and we'll sit around the fire and discuss our future.
Yes, let us have some of this scorpion meat.
Does it taste good?
You burn it enough, it tastes like burnt meat. Yeah.
Char it. It's nice and charred. Okay.
It's a lovely smoky flavor. Yes. It's really all we got out here. Can't really venture out because there's the other areas. You don't want to go there. Trust me.
Oh.
We'll tell you all about it.
Hugh just starts gathering up all the scorpion meat to keep himself busy so that he doesn't look over at Die. Just scooping so much gross ass meat in his hands.
I put my hand on like Hugh's shoulder. My friend, from what I remember of the story, I don't think you are her type anyway.
What? What are you? I don't know what you're talking about.
The Echo is like emoting and like out of the bag. There's this zombie
arm.
form that like walks out, and she's like interacting with Dedgar, her zombie form, and it's like this echo thing, and just basically emoting right there.
Oh, Dedgar.
I think, just by the look of you, your cheeks are a little too flush for her preferences.
Are they pink? Are they? Well, actually, okay. So when you blush, it becomes red, which is the complement color to green. So are they now just like ashen, because they cancel each other out?
Color theory and green skin with red blood flow.
It depends how like yellowy your green is. Like there's a lot of factors going in.
What color is troll blood? Is it just red?
Is troll blood red? Is it blue?
Is it blue under the skin?
Feels like troll blood would be blue.
I like the idea
Troll
of
blood runs blue.
So you all move toward the Sphinx, and you grab a big scorpion claw and drag it behind you, and approach the Sphinx and enter through the front door. And inside there is a bar on the left and a table on the right. There's kind of some tables scattered. Looks like it was sort of a cantina type vibe in this in the Esteteron Zoo when it was a zoo, and long since been a active, vibrant cantina. But it looks like this place has been makeshift a home, a place of operations of sorts that's a little bit cramped. You see some blankets hanging from the ceiling, some gear that's strewn around the room that seems collected. Some of it seems very old and some of it kind of rusted. As you walk in, a male Yuan Ti stands up, and he looks very snake-like, and he says, "Hello, Lizzie, you have found more survivors?"
Apparently they just got here, but I don't know. Maybe they could help us. Maybe they could help Khatt.
Yes. Hello, my name is Sesu. But yes, Khatt, Mialsa is with him now. You should see him. He does not look like he has been doing well. And he leads you to the back room, and you all follow along. And you walk into a back room in this Sphinx area, and you see a very large Tabaxi, 500 pounds, laying on the floor, asleep. And you see a Yuan Ti female with these like tiny little glasses, very snake appearing, green skin, just like Sesu. And she looks up, and she's holding his hand, and she looks up. His breathing, it slows. I don't know how much more time he has left to hold on.
Well, what's wrong with him? Can I look at it? Can I do like a medicine check or something?
Yeah, go ahead and do a medicine check.
Okay. Oh, 26.
26. He looks healthy. His body looks healthy. Doesn't seem to have any scratches on him, but he is laying there breathing, and you recognize that he is in a coma, that he is essentially out, but stable. And you see as his breathing is pretty large, taking deep breaths, but they seem to be pretty far spaced out.
Okay.
And Mialsa says, "This is how he was found. Lizzie had known that he was injured, and he has been out since. We've been able to heal him back, but he remains in this state."
Our healing arts, they only go so far. We got him back healthy, but he hasn't changed much since.
Do you remember what caused him to go down originally? Like, what kind of attack was it? Or a spell?
Do I remember exactly?
Yeah, you remember that it was
he got shot.
and this is from Claiborne's story earlier, that Khatt was shot with an arrow by Claiborne, and had looked very dead, and at the time, the moment before Toad had changed visibly and became enraged.
Oh boy. Oh, I really wish I would have brought stuff for Dispel Magic today. I can try Remove Curse.
I think that's a marvelous idea, Namby.
Worth a shot.
I'll go over to him and I'll just gently kind of lay my hand on his shoulder and cast Remove Curse.
Okay. Let me pull up that spell real quick.
Does anyone have a fishing pole? I know Khatt the Big that will awaken him.
You lure him out, which is ironic, you know?
You get it?
Yes.
I'm not gonna take the bait on this.
I would you place your hands on Khatt and cast Remove Curse, and you cast the spell and you sense a presence. You sense his mind deep within, and you close your eyes and you open them, and all of you are together with Namby. You felt this surge of power from Soul, your cleric ability, and you open your eyes and you guys are standing and look around and you see this blank white expanse, just blank forever, white floors, seems to go on forever. And you look around and nearby you see something that catches your eye, a small pond and a very large tabaxi sitting next to it, casting a line in. Will you please join the table?
Hey guys.
Welcome, Will. Will you please describe your character and what they're doing?
Yeah, so Khatt the Big, as he's formally known, loves one thing in life, and that's fishing. He is a 500-pound Tabaxi barbarian, but he does not rage. He's not really smart enough to, unless one of his friends are hurt, in which case he goes big mode on them. And I also, it's an important part of my character sheet. I have a legendary fishing rod, but it doesn't really do literally anything. It just looks pretty cool. I don't know where I got it either, but it is legendary.
Well, you see this large tabaxi sitting next to a pond, casting into it.
Hello,
Is that
my
really
friend.
you?
Hey guys. What you guys doing?
Khatt the Big. The question is, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm fishing. You ever heard of it before?
Fishing at a time like this? You must not know. Your
It's always a
friend
time for
Toad is
fishing.
in great danger.
Toad. I miss him. He used to fish with me.
Yes. I'm sure you would love to fish with him again. So I think you need to leave this pond.
I don't really want to leave this pond. There's some good fish here, but I haven't caught anything in a long time.
Khatt, something's gone really wrong with Toad. I think he needs to see you.
Oh, hey, Lizzie. Catch any
Hi.
fish lately?
No, there's not many fish around here. We've been really missing you.
Oh, well, I'm trying to catch a fish right now. You guys want to help?
If
yeah,
we help you
that's-
catch a fish, will you come with us?
Where is there to go?
That's a great question.
It seems as though where we are might be inside your mind.
Just kind of judging by the vast nothingness around here.
If anyone would know the way, perhaps it would be you. If you look inside yourself.
Well, when I look inside myself, all I see is I want more fish.
Kyle, do my abilities work inside of this space that we are in?
Yes, yeah. You haven't. You can try and see what happens. But
Okay, great. M'tiro pulls out a piece of paper and starts scribbling on it, and he's like,
Desperate for ideas, M'tiro turned around only to find a gigantic stuffed, like a swordfish laying on the ground next to him.
and I take off my glove and I burn the piece of paper, and as I do that, it flashes, and then there's a little burn behind me as I use my song of creation ability to create one object of medium size worth up to 100 GP behind me. So
Okay, cool. And it's like an object.
So I'm choosing not like a real fish even,
Like a
but
taxidermy fish?
like a taxidermy fish.
Is this like
basically, a
the
swordfish.
singing mouth bass?
Yeah, like that.
Great. So you create you say a big stuffed, like you said, swordfish or bass or
Yeah, whatever the biggest fish I can make that's medium size, basically. Anything that's gonna really call
Sturgeon's
to Khatt the
big.
Big.
I like swordfish. That seems great. So you create this this big swordfish that like falls on the ground, and it's like a stuffed animal, right? Or is it like a
Think of it like more like plastic, molded, I guess. You know,
like this molded swordfish?
Yeah.
Kind of like falls on the ground. Khatt, give me a perception check. Let's see if you can see that this is a plastic fish, and it's
Got
going
a
to be
10.
a DC of 10. You
I
got
got
a
a
10? Okay, it's DC of 10. So you were able to see that it is a plastic fish.
Should I silvery barbs him? So that
I mean, I do think we know he's pretty bad at this.
it's true. It'd be my last one though, so I think I have to hold on to it.
I think I want to ask where that fish came from.
My friend.
I don't know your name though.
My friend, of course. You don't know me. Khatt the Big, my name is M'tiro Berstero. These are my valiant companions, Namby Pambleton and Huguenard Rockbridge.
Well, hey, Migolo Bigelow, do you want to try fishing a real fish?
Well, I would love to. I brought this fish as a demonstration of the many fish that I know exist outside of your mind that I can lead you to if you were to release yourself and all of us from this prison.
There's some pretty cool fish here. Why don't you give it a try? Can I hand him my fishing rod?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You
I'm
can.
gonna hand him my fishing rod, and then I'm gonna pick you up.
Wait,
And
before
then
he hands it
plop
to me,
you
make sure
down
I
at
put
the
my
pond.
gloves on before I grab it, because I don't want to burn his fishing rod. So
Okay.
here.
Oh,
Good.
can I? Do you have skin that can be touched? Khatt loves
You're
picking
good.
people up.
You're good.
Okay, cool.
You can pick me up.
I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna plop you down right in front of the water there.
All right.
Gosh.
Good.
Does anybody else have intentions to fish as well?
Are there other... Can we? Like, are there other rods around?
You look and you see a rod starting to form on the ground. And,
I love
if you
fishing with my friends.
And in front of all of you, a fishing rod appears to what kind of fishing rod it would be to your liking if you would like to fish in this pond with Khatt.
Yeah, Namby would definitely love to.
Yeah, sure. Hugh fishes.
Okay.
Yeah, Lizzie's
all-
very excited, so wants to sit down.
Perhaps this will be a better meal than Scorpion Claw.
Maybe. We'll see.
Namby goes up to Hugh and is like, oh my gosh, Khatt was one of my favorite characters. This is so cool.
As you step up to this pond, it was basically just like a hole in this white floor that was just water. But you all step up and it starts to grow with some greenery around it and get a little bit bigger. And you see that there's different areas that you can cast to. So it'll be very easy to cast out into the open water. There is a big log that is nearby that maybe is more likely to have some fish by it. You see an area that has a bunch of reeds sticking out of the water, probably more likely to have a fish in it. There's an area of lily pads, that look very welcoming. And then you see the dirt like mounds up on the edge of the pond on the other side, and there's like it forms a shelf over the water, and there is water running under it, and you see some movement, and that looks like a very good place to cast. And each one of those places looks a little bit harder to get to cast into. And so, M'tiro, when you look at those areas, where would you like to try and cast your fishing rod?
Do I have a sense of if this is going to be something that is more strength or dexterity to cast a fishing line?
This will be a dexterity check to cast.
Okay. Then I think I'll aim for the lily pads.
Okay. I will. I'll give you a +2 additional to this because you are using Khatt's rod, his fancy rod that he borrowed.
Doesn't do anything though. It just looks really cool.
Yeah, well, it gives me +2 right now.
Maybe
so
it
that's something.
inspires you because of how cool it looks.
Well, because I've heard this story so many times, that I'm holding the legendary fishing rod of Khatt the Big. All right, let's see. Ooh, that's pretty good. 23.
23. The DC was 20 to hit the lily pads, and so you cast it into the lily pads, and it drops into the water. And your fishing line is there. You've cast it in there.
Hey,
let's
that
see
was
where
a good
everybody else is
cast.
casting. And so, Hugh, what does your rod look like? And where are you going to try and cast?
You just ask someone what their rod looks like.
Good.
Just it.
Use is very simple. It's just like, a plain kind of stick and string situation. Basically what he used to use back, or what he typically uses back in the river that goes next to Daggerford. So he's going to use that to go towards the log area. Because that was the second area, is that what it is?
Yep, that's second easiest.
I don't have the greatest dex, so. Is it just a straight dex check? Is that what it is?
Yep, just a dex.
17.
Dirty. 17, you're able to cast it right next to the log, and the line is sitting there. Namby.
I give you a big pat on the back.
Thanks.
Namby, what does your fishing rod look like?
Yes. So I think hers is also very simple. She does not have any history in fishing, and I imagine that like her imagination for things she's not familiar with is not like the most expansive. So it's kind of just like a very simple fishing rod. And she is also not very sure of herself in this moment. She's just going to go for the easiest option and just cast right into the open water. And Dex. 21.
21. Yes,
Wow.
you're able. You cast it, whip it around. You look like a pro, and you cast it right out into the middle of the open water. And Lizzie, what is your fishing rod appearance?
Normally Lizzie just sort of jumps into the swamp and grabs the fish with her hands, but in this case, she goes with the crowd and she finds herself with a sort of spine of a crocodile that's been stiffened out as a rod. And she casts out to the reeds. Oh no. This is why she uses her hand. She got a 4. Yes.
Oh.
A 4 out in the reeds. You get it caught in the reeds, and it just gets stuck in there, and you're trying to pull back, and it's not coming out.
Do
Khatt,
not
if you would
feel
like to
bad,
cast
Lizzie.
again.
Your arms are probably tired from the fierce battle earlier.
You did a good job.
Khatt, if you want to cast again, you could reform a fishing pole in your hand. and
Absolutely,
cast.
I do.
Okay.
And,
I like to think as soon as he handed his over, a new one was already in his hand.
wasn't there like a waterfall or something?
It was like a shelf. It's a perfect spot. It's really difficult to get there.
That's where we're going, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
Khatt, teach us how it is truly done, my fierce friend. And I give you a bardic inspiration, so you have a D8 that you can use to add to
Sweet.
your roll.
Sweet. Dex.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the D8.
And you get to roll it twice and take the higher one if you're using it for an ability check. So
Okay, I'm just gonna take that. So the Dex was 6 plus 7.
I don't think
Unfortunately, you cast it too far, and it goes onto the shelf, and unable to get it in that
Classic.
perfect spot.
Classic big.
And so everybody get out a D20, and we're gonna do just a flat D20 check to see if the fish swims by. And so we'll start with Namby. Go ahead and roll that luck check. There's different DCs for this area to see how frequently a fish is gonna come by.
Namby, you know, she second guesses herself, but she really should have gone for it this time. That was a nat 20.
A nat 20! Yes, in that open water, you had to hit a 19 to get a fish in this area.
Oh my gosh.
So give me a D100 roll.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Fancy, never gonna do these. 17.
17. You feel a fish latch on. You feel the line tugging. Give me a strength and athletics check.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's a 7.
Oh, it's contested.
I'm not bad at those. Darn it, I rolled so
Even
bad.
with a -4, the smallmouth bass that you would have caught takes the bait off the lure, and you are unable to catch it.
Darn it, almost had it. Well,
Next
okay.
time, Namby. Next time.
Maybe.
Hugh, give me a luck check, a DC 20, or just a D20.
So say a DC 20.
DC 20, a D20.
16.
16. The DC was 15 in that area. Give me a D100.
21.
Mechanic. So fun.
21. Okay, give me an athletics check. You feel the line go taut.
Got this for sure.
Hugh got this.
21.
You needed to beat a 0. Roll a 4 with a -4. You pull back and a largemouth bass flies up and you catch it in your hand.
Hugh immediately starts looking around to see if Diandra came into Khatt's mind too. If Inky dies around. Is she there?
Yes. We'll say yes. Yep. The Diandra is definitely in there with you because she just sticks around with you and would follow you in these sort of realms. It's like your mind, essentially, kind of. So.
Yep. He immediately looks for her to see if she saw, and then sees that she is still engaged with Edgar in the bag. Kind of like looks down a little sad, and it's kind of just rubs one of his hands like on his like thigh a little like bashfully, and then accidentally bumps the journal, and she dissipates and drops down into an inky puddle.
Oh,
Good job, Hugh. You got one.
Then I come over and give you a fist bump.
Fist bump.
Two big dudes fist bumping.
Hell yeah.
Big
Lizzie, if
fist
you want
bump.
to try and cast again, you can. So give me a dexterity check if you want to do the reads, or
sure.
if you want to do an easier or a different area.
what's the closest area? Is that the reeds itself?
That was where you tried before and got caught, and so you could try that same location, or
Sure.
go to one of the different spots.
Let's go to an easier spot because I haven't. I'm not used to this. So is that the open water?
That'd be the open water would be the easiest, and the log would be the next one. But
let's just go with open water. That would be 18.
Yep, 18. You are able to cast it into the open water. Let's see if a fish swims by. Give me a luck d20.
It's 12.
And your line sits there with no activity on it.
Hey, hit the target this time now.
M'tiro, give me a d20, a luck. See if a fish swims by.
Let's see. 19.
19. You feel the line go taut. Roll a d100.
Right. 24.
24. And give me an athletics check.
This is where things might fall. The wheels might fall off, folks. 12.
It rolled a 12, but this is with a -4. The largemouth bass. You catching a largemouth bass as well? Flies up.
M'tiro, we did it.
We have done it.
You guys,
We
you guys
are
are so
truly
good.
the greatest fishermen who ever lived.
So glad I brought people here.
Can both of you roll a d12 on your bass? I just want to see which one's bigger.
Size doesn't matter, Kyle.
With fish, it definitely does.
I got an 11.
I also got an 11.
They're equal. They're the same size.
Friendship wins.
They're brain fish. They're all the
Always
same
is
size.
the answer.
Okay. You've caught 2 fish and yes, and let's see. Namby Yeah, and so Khatt, if you want to try and cast again, you can.
You know it.
You can do it, Khatt.
18.
18, are you trying to get to that perfect spot?
No. I'll be at the lily pads, I guess.
The lily pads, it still wasn't good enough to get to the
No,
lily pads.
you meant to say logs, I'm pretty sure.
He said
Khatt.
log, it cut out.
Yeah, he wanted to go to the
lily
the logs
pads.
because, him and Huguenard had just
No,
fist
I will
bumped.
not be bullied on this fishing encounter. This is serious
Scott's
business,
brain.
people. You have caught 2 largemouth bass at this point. Khatt, is that enough at this point?
We need 3 to make a meal.
You need 3 to make it. He's right, of course.
I mean, that is a saying, yeah.
You know what they say, if you teach a man to fish, he has to catch 3, or he goes hungry.
Lizzie,
last thing you
Khatt, and
said.
Namby, go ahead and choose an area to fish in.
What's the
and
second
recast.
easiest? Not the open water. What's the next
The
one?
log.
Okay, I'm gonna go
The
for
log
the
is
logs.
nice.
Okay, go for it.
17 for me.
Okay, your line lands next to the log. Give me a luck check.
15?
15. The line goes Khatt. That was a DC 15 on that. Roll a D100 again.
Oh, okay, 100. Here we go.
If we get a different fish.
Yeah, no, you guys keep rolling like around the exact same number. Like,
Yeah.
I got a 30 on the double digit one and a 0 on the other. Is that a 30?
yes, a 30.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So low.
All of us, yeah, it's all 20s and 30s, right?
The line goes taut. Give me an athletics check.
All right, I
You can
got
do
plus
it.
2. Here we go. Plus
on,
2.
Namby.
I'm small but mighty. I got a 21.
21.
There it is.
Whips it out. It's a big catfish.
Heck yeah.
And you catch the
Meaty.
catfish. And Lizzie and Khatt, you guys had cast at the same time. So you guys, we'll see. You guys, where were you gonna cast, Lizzie?
The log seems like a really nice place, so
The log is a very
Log
nice
is
place.
doing pretty good.
So she casts out to the log. Maybe this time, and it's not this time. That's a 5.
A 5
Oh.
Yeah.
hits the log, and you start to reel back, and it's pulling the log kind of toward you in the water. And the log is no longer a place that can be cast to because you're bringing the log toward you as you're trying to reel this log.
Terrific idea, Lizzie. We can use the log to make fire to cook the fish.
Yes.
I'm going shelf again. You know it.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
go for
Here
it.
we go. Here we
Like you
go.
can possibly hit it.
16.
16, unfortunately, the perfect spot. You missed the perfect spot.
It's the
You've got
perfect
3
cast.
fish.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the fish. Hey, you guys caught 3 fish. What say we have a nice dinner?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
So Khatt, you take the fish and they hand it to you, and there's like a small fire that pops up and a grill thing that goes over it, and you start to make a meal for them and start cooking up this fish, and you make a really nice a meal for them, and you can use this as a short rest, one of your chef abilities if you'd like.
I will do that, yeah. So I will cook special food for all of you. But is it gonna come out of my brain?
What? The food?
Yeah.
Like if they eat the food?
Is
Yeah.
it gonna we eating
Are we
his
eating your
brain?
brain?
Does it work? Does it work in my
Can
brain?
it provide sustenance to us?
I'm asking you on this one. I don't know.
See what happens. I don't think
Your
Khatt's
mind
thinking about
makes it
that.
real.
All right. Then each of you gets special food. And anyone who eats it and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit
Oh,
points.
sweet.
Nice.
I could use that.
And you said we can take like a short rest for this?
Yes, yeah, this can be a short rest for you guys.
Excellent.
So we'll say it again. We have to use a hit die in order to be able to get the extra 1d8.
Yep. And when I hand you guys your food, I say, I've been here for a long time, but I've never caught anything this good. I'm glad you guys came here today.
Oh, that's so nice.
Truly, this was a wonderful time. Thank you for having us, Khatt. Maybe we should do it again. Maybe we should try fishing somewhere else.
I think that'd be fun.
Maybe like a desert? It's great for fishing, right?
As you say that, out in the expanse, you see like a door outlined and just like open. And there's like a bright light coming from it.
Come on, Khatt. Let's get you home.
Okay.
Khatt, you stand up and you start to feel a pressure in your chest. And you look down and everybody sees Khatt looking down. And you see a skull made out of black smoke snake out from his chest. The black smoke snakes around Khatt, coiling him, grappling him, and restraining him, squeezing the life out of him. Khatt, you scream as this smoke monster is around you. Everyone roll initiative.
Whoa.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
What is?
I'm going to need you to do
Can I
a
have some of your
balance
rolls?
check on these dice.
No, because
Nat
I'm
20
only
again.
scared. Yeah, but I'm only
What?
scared because it's the recipe dice and I don't want them to get injured in water.
I also got a 20.
Did you? It's like
my
your
third
third
one.
There
one.
better be
It's like
no
my
nat
third one
20s the
tonight.
rest of the campaign.
Nope.
We've used all
Nothing
of
but singing intros and nat 20s.
Jeepers.
Okay, so go ahead.
You got a 21.
M'tiro got a, what did I just say? 17.
17, Namby.
So nat 20 plus 5 is a 25.
25.
Nice.
Nice.
so Dexter.
Khatt,
15.
15. And Lizzie,
Lizzie's got a 7.
7.
Slow and steady.
Okay.
Equally as good.
Namby, you're gonna be up first. You see this smoke monster with this like skull face
boy.
that is coiled around Khatt and just seems to be restraining him with this smoke.
Okay. I feel like maybe some radiant damage might, like a smoke. I feel like attacking it with my weapon may not be super effective, so I'm gonna attack it with my guiding bolt. So, ooh, that's a 26 to hit.
Okay. That will hit.
Ooh, yeah, and I was thinking I was gonna cast it at a second level, which is 5d6. 12 plus 2 more d6. Oh, dang. Plus 11. 33. Right? 12 plus 11?
What? 12?
Yes, yeah.
Plus
So
20.
33.
23.
23.
Wait,
23. I was like, that seems too high. 23.
Okay, 23 points of radiant damage.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And the next attack gets advantage.
Cool. You hit it with the radiant damage, and it takes. It is going to take 11 points of radiant damage, and
Okay.
Khatt, you are going to take 11 points of radiant damage.
Oh boy.
As your guiding bolt hits it, it seems to affect Khatt as well.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I guess that's my turn, though. That's all I can do.
And you can, all of you clearly see that it affected the beast around him, and also seemed to do damage to him as well. Hugh, you are up.
Looking at like the swirl on there, does there seem to be like a way that Hugh could use Bone Crusher to like hit the smoke and not just like bitch slap Khatt in the face? Like,
yes, you
or
would
is
be
it
able to
like
target
it's his
the-
face?
It is not, yeah, so you would be able to target the monster on him.
Okay, cool. So I rolled on the table. Hugh touches his journal, and the ink oozes out again, and this time forms a Hadozi, who is wearing a jumpsuit and raises a crossbow, and it's Jim, who emerges and is next to, we'll say, about 10 feet away from the smoke monster. And we're just going to try attacking it and hope that even if we knock out Khatt, that just means they'll wake up. Okay, so that'll be a 25 to hit and a dirty 20 to hit.
Yes. Go ahead and give me one of the damage rolls.
1? Okay. The first one would be a 13.
13. It is going to, and that is with your magical hammer. It is going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and Khatt, you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you hit it with that first attack, you see it take that damage, and then Khatt affected by that as well.
Make like an oomph sound. Big meaty oomph.
And so you can choose. I know you roll both of your dice. You can continue to hit or change course if you would like after that first hit.
I don't know if there's anything else I can do other than hit as a fighter. I think I'm just going to keep swinging and hope that if Khatt gets knocked out, that means he wakes up kind of situation, and hope for the best on that. So the second one would be 14 damage.
Okay. It takes 7, and Khatt, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
And that's all. I'm not going to do any of the extra attacks or anything.
Okay. Khatt, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm great at wisdom.
Yeah.
9.
Oh.
The coiling mass of smoke around you squeezes you tighter for 15 points of necrotic damage.
Cool.
And M'tiro, you are up.
Okay.
If we make him rage, will he take half damage? If we make him think Toad took damage or something? I don't
Smack
know.
Lizzie Mcfire in the face right now.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of, yeah. I would say do it.
Bring it on. Yes.
It's the only
I
way,
don't know if I'm good
right?
enough friend, but
Yeah.
I'm willing to. I'm willing to try. I've been doing everything.
I think it worked for any of them in this other story.
I'm wondering. I have other ideas. I'm wondering if this works 2 ways. If I heal him, does it also get healed? And I'm also wondering if this thing has emotions that can be calmed to make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile toward. To see if I can get it to release Khatt.
I like both of those.
It is a creature. Can I have that? Do I have that information? Like, is it targetable with this spell? I mean, the spell's an area of effect. I just don't know. Well, it says each humanoid. It's not a humanoid, so it wouldn't work on that.
It's not just a creature.
Okay, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
It says
not a
creature
humanoid.
later in the spell, but I didn't read it as the beginning, so I don't think
Yeah.
it would make sense that would work. Here's what I'm going to do for now, because I don't want to attack Lizzie. I'm going to test I'm going to test the healing hypothesis first. I'm going to put my hand on just Khatt's fern. I know you are frightened, my friend, by this disgusting, vile abomination of smoke that is on you, but hold strong, be brave, and I cast heroism on you, which means you gain 4 temporary HP at the start of every one of your turns. So you'll have a little bit more health to maybe out-survive this thing that is sharing damage. And then I will, at the same time that I'm doing that, I also give you Bardic Inspiration to try to use to get out of this on your turn. So you have a D8 for that.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that is it for M'tiro's turn.
Okay, Khatt, you are up, and you have this thing coiled around you. You are restrained, and so you are restrained, which means that you have no speed. If you want to attack the creature, you would have disadvantage, and you have essentially if you wanted to attack the creature, you would have disadvantage.
Yeah, I can't move. I'm freaking out. I'm hurt. I'm not gonna attack this thing.
And you can attempt to end a grapple as well, because it is grappling you.
Yeah, can I like rip it off of me? Is that a thing?
Yes, you can attempt to do that.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
If you want to roleplay it, you should be less scared because heroism imbues you with bravery. So.
I'm actually not scared at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 4 points healed, less scared than I would have been otherwise.
So I want you to, give me a grapple check, but we are not in the physical right now, and this is an attack on your mind, your very soul. You're gonna have to use a wisdom check to try and out-grapple this.
Just a normal check, not a saving throw? Or same thing?
If your saving throw is, it would allow you, you can use it has to be a wisdom check. It has to be a wisdom check.
You can...
12.
I was just going to tell you can use the Bardic Inspiration on a check as well. And if it's a check, you get to roll it with advantage. So you get to use the higher of two rolls.
I'll do that then. So 12 was the number. 4 and 6. So yeah, 12 and
you
6,
rolled a 6? 18, it rolled an 18. You break the grapple. And so goodness. You, with your mind, break the grapple, and you hold this slithering creature in your hands, and you throw it down on the ground, and it is there and looks up at you and looks still aggressive in your direction. So that was one of your attack actions. You can attack it now, if you would like, with your second attack.
It's on the ground. I'm gonna glaive it, and it is a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
14 damage.
Good. You glaive it, stab it, and stab into the smoke, and it is looking pretty poor at this point. Anything you want to do with a bonus action or anything, Khatt?
I want to give M'tiro. I will never remember that. Not just Khatt, me. I want to give him a little side squeeze. Quick hug and say thank you.
I can't imagine how good a hug from Khatt the Big
was. That was so great. It's like hugging a beanbag chair.
Is this a love sack that I'm on right now?
Okay, good. Lizzie, you're up.
All right. Now that they've disentangled, I don't feel so bad about targeting with some fire. Yeah. So Lizzie casts Scorching Ray and hurls 3 rays of fire right at that skull snake thing. So the first is a 19.
19 hits.
Second is an 8.
8 will miss.
And then a 17.
17 hits.
16 fire damage. One of those soars right by, but 2 of them connect and hopefully cinch it a little.
The scorching rays hit it, and it starts to sizzle and burn and ignite, and it starts to sizzle away, and then you are back in the Sphinx. And you look, everyone looks at Khatt, and Khatt, you open up your eyes and take a big breath.
And I say, who are you guys? I have no memory of what just happened.
Khatt.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am M'tiro the greatest bard in the world, and these are my valiant companions, Namby Pembleton and Huguenard Rockbridge. We have just saved you, and now it is your job to join us in saving your best friend Toad.
Hi, Tinron and Nambus and Hugh. Nice to meet you. Hey,
yes.
Lizzie, you're here too?
Hey. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. Really glad to see that you're awake.
It looks like she's been taking really good care of you.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't lost any weight in this coma.
What's a coma? Anyway, how did we get here? Last thing I remember, there was a T-Rex, and Toad was there, and Glubble, and Lizzie, you were there too.
Yeah, It didn't go so well. It did not go well at all. I had to get you out of there. You got hurt real bad. Glubble, he didn't make it. I did the best I could, and I was only able to get you out of there. But Toad, he's around, but he's changed. Something's really wrong. We gotta help him.
Something's wrong with Toad? I start running. I start running in a random direction.
Wait,
Khatt!
I use my rabbit hop if I need to get extra, like, and I'm just like, no, don't leave yet.
Okay, I slow
Please
down.
rest. And there's a lizard. There's a yuan a snake person, female with some tiny glasses that says, Khatt, please, you have been out for quite a while.
Who are you,
Namby,
weird lady?
you did it.
My friend's in trouble.
I cast
run
calm
into
emotions.
another room.
Calm emotions in the room so that
Seems appropriate. Yeah.
Breathe, my
Calm
friend.
emotions.
Breathe, my feline friend.
Deep breaths.
You feel this wave of calmness, of chillness go across you, and you're able to think and not rage and run out of this.
Well, I mean, I'm very good at thinking. Well known for my thinking
Meowza just says,
ability.
Namby, you did it. I don't know how, but you brought him back. Thank you. Seisu, please bring in some water or something. And he comes in with like a bowl and starts like patting you, kind of like wiping your fur, Khatt, and like just checking that you're okay. And you all kind of feel parched. And Seisu is handing you glasses of water. It's not the clearest water that you've seen. It's kind of rusty looking. But he says, "Thank goodness, we did not know how long you would be in there. But I am grateful that you have made it out."
How long were we in there?
Oh, it is early evening now. You were in there for perhaps 6 hours.
And so it is proven Namby is the greatest cleric who ever lived. A mere 6 hours to cure this coma.
She just uses her ears to kind of like shield her eyes a little bit.
Oh.
I start clapping. Not entirely sure why, but I start clapping.
She feels a little bolstered by that, and she turns to Lizzie and she says, "Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened with Toad? I mean, the Toad we knew was a pacifist and didn't want to hurt others. What's happening? Why is he like this now?"
Well, as we were trying to get the keys to the boat from Claiborne, we faced off with him, and as I said, it didn't go well. Luppel didn't make it, and we thought neither did Khatt. He was struck by an arrow and went right down. Toad was they were just such good friends, and something inside must have snapped. And he stormed off. I had to flee. I had to take Khatt with me, and Toad, he's been roaming around, really angry this whole time. And I think that he might have the keys still, but he doesn't seem to want to be getting off this island. He's just really mad.
Toad, your friend, he does not seem the same as perhaps he was from what Lizzie has told me about his character prior to his change from a green appearing frog to a now red with black eyes filled with rage. He rides around the island every day, searching for Claiborne, whom he hunts every day. He blames Claiborne for your death, Khatt, that he believes that you're dead. And he rides his T-Rex around the zoo every day, searching for Claiborne to hunt him. And that is seemingly his only goal, is to prove revenge for his fallen friend, you, Khatt.
Is the calm spell still in effect?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the calm emotions will have a good effect on you, so you can feel like you can think clearly, but still feel emotions, but not that it would enrage you to need to
Gotcha.
sprint out of here immediately.
Toad is my best friend. We gotta help him.
Yeah. Revenge, violence.
He doesn't know
None of
any
these-
of those things.
No. So it makes me feel very weird that he would be doing this. Something must be done. And I think we can do it.
I
Well,
bet
what
if I
if-
talk
what if
to
we
him.
What if we show him that Khatt's okay and that we saved him and that he doesn't need to go on this quest for revenge because it's baseless. I mean, he's doing okay.
Then he and I could go fishing again.
Yes,
Yeah.
surely seeing his friend will help to staunch the fires of rage burning within him and return him to the noble toad he once was.
I think that's true, but I worry that it's going to be like what we just saw in Khatt's mind, or we're also going to have to fight something out of him too. Remember, he's red now. That ooze.
It's true.
That ooze was red too. I think it's contaminated him. So Khatt, I know he's your friend, but we may have to hurt him in order to get that out so that we then can save him.
Where did you see ooze? What is ooze?
Ah, yes.
What is ooze?
Where we are from, Khatt, the story of your adventures are legendary, and they've been collected in books, they call them. You may not be familiar. And there is a great monster that has corrupted this story, we believe, and is perhaps impacting your friend. And like Huguenard has said, that may require us to harm Toad temporarily. But I can assure you, we will not allow anything permanent to happen to him in order to save him.
I bet I could talk to him. But if you guys think it comes down to it, you saved my life. Oh no, I forgot about that. Never mind. I bet I could talk to him.
You are wise, my
comes down
friend.
to it-
Words are the ultimate weapon.
But if it comes down to it, I think you guys could probably smack some sense into him.
I don't want to hurt Toad either, but I think if he doesn't change when he sees you, we're gonna have to fight that out of him.
That'll be okay. I think he'll be fine.
Hopefully.
You'll bring up some very good points. I will agree with Huguenard that this may be more complicated than it seems. The term blinded by rage seems appropriate to say when it comes to Toad. I've seen him ride this Tyrannosaurus Rex that he clearly has no care for. He has a grung, and as a grung, anything that touches the skin, it will poison, and his Tyrannosaurus Rex is decrepit, obviously poisoned skin, hanging off of it, still alive, but very, very sickly as he rides around on top of it. I would hope that seeing his friend would enlighten him and bring him back, but it is hard to know. It is hard to know what the extents of change he's had, especially if there is some sort of ooze monster involved. Approaching him will also be complicated. He has a few defenses, and we've been here for, I would say, about 45 days since you came to us and we connected after you escaped that battle. We've been dreaming of ways of trying to escape. There seems to be none escape from this island. There is a large sea monster that swims around the island, and Toad, we believe, has the keys that Claiborne had to Claiborne's boat. We've been trying to come up with ways of incapacitating Toad or having some sort of chance to defeat him. I know he's your friend, and it would never be my intention to kill what can be saved. But we have some things, and he motions to Seisu, or to Mialsa, who brings out this device, and he says, "This is a device we have crafted in hopes to be more effective against his construct. He has a construct suit of armor appearing guardian that main purpose would be to be near Toad to protect him, and Toad would be much more dangerous with this Ivan, as he calls him, around him. This is a coil of wire simply fastened to a lightning rune that we've created, and would be able to do quite a bit of damage to a construct, possibly incapacitate it. Maybe not immediately, maybe immediately. We have not had a chance to test it really, but it is 100 feet of wire that, if in contact with the Guardian, could help with incapacitating it. He tends to use the Guardian as a scout in the mornings. Ivan roams earlier in the morning than Toad, and if Ivan stumbles upon Claiborne, he is alerted via rune in his chest. Then Toad would be not far behind him, racing there on his Tyrannosaurus. That is part of what we've learned while being on this island.
Do you know if it only knows about Claiborne, or if it runs into anybody?
We have been able to avoid him. Toad does not come into the desert. What I know about grungs is that they require water, and being in a hot desert is not some place that is natural for him. We've been able to hide here relatively safely and have sustenance from some of the old piping that comes into this Sphinx from when it was a cantina many years ago. And of course, the bugs that you encountered on the way in provide sustenance, but no, it does not seem... I'm not sure how he would react to seeing someone other than Claiborne. We have been able to evade his gaze.
Don't you see, my friend, that the more impossible the story seems only means the greater the triumph will be when we come together to save Toad. The fates have brought us here to your world. We are destined to win. We must. Your plan with the lightning coil is ingenious, and we will save him.
Yeah, and maybe he just needs to see the light, and he'll know that everything's okay, and everyone can just leave, and it's all gonna be okay.
While you were talking, I was like seated on the ground, and I'm guessing it's kind of sandy, so I was just kind of drawing little doodles of fish in the sand with my finger. But then I stand up and I say, if my friend Toad's hurt, we gotta help him. And I don't know what ooze is, but we gotta kick his butt.
This guy, he gets it.
Namby kind of quietly just goes like, huzzah!
Well, we have some other tools, some other things that we can share with you. I am as eager as anyone is to leave this island and leave this place, and we have nothing here, and we would like to leave if we can and defeat Toad, or whatever that means. And so he says, there are some things at the bar. We have some items for you to look after, but we will make beds, makeshift beds in here tonight for us to stay for all of you. There is enough room. It is tight, but we can come up with something. And Meowsa is, shaking her head, and she walks out of the room to go kind of make some area.
Namby would also say, if worse comes to worse, I do have the spare the dying cantrip. If we have to take him, all the way down, I can make it so that he won't, be all the way gone.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but
I don't want it.
I
don't want it to come to that, but if we have to.
You go out in the main bar area, and he rolls out this big, blanket full of items that have been collected. And he goes through them and shows you an oil of slipperiness, a vial of sovereign glue. Sovereign glue is, it's like super glue that will just never come off unless you have the solvent for it. There's a Wand of Enlarge Reduce with 3 charges. There's a Ring of Animal Influence, which can cast Animal Friendship or Fear on a beast with low intelligence or Speak with Animals. And he rolls out those items kind of on the bar front.
What does the slipperiness do, like mechanically?
I believe it's a grease. Let me check it out.
Like they have to make a check to fall over or something, maybe?
Or like advantage against grapples or something?
Khatt needs that animal handler ring. It's calling his name.
Khatt. Yeah. Feel free.
So if you cover yourself with it, you get the Freedom of Movement spell for 8 hours, which is like you're unaffected by difficult terrain and you can't be paralyzed or restrained. And then also you can pour it on the ground, which covers a 10-foot square, duplicating the effect of the grease spell in that area for 8 hours. And then anybody standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. And a creature that enters the area has to do that. So
we get it to slip and fall, and then we glue it to the ground with the
Electrocute it.
glue, and then electrocute it.
We don't get anything with polymorph.
No.
that was a
Yeah.
wand that has already been used.
Oh, that's so good.
But Khatt, you look down and you are wearing that big belt that you had gotten earlier. And you guys all see this belt of Hill Giant strength that he wears. But you see Meowsa is kind of taking down some of the blankets that were hanging, and you can see that they were made to kind of like section off like cot areas for their sleeping, to have some semblance of like privacy. And she's laying them out and trying to make like these bed areas on the ground. There is a little bit of like sand on the floor, but it looks like they've done a decent job trying to sweep it out and clear it. Seisu is behind the bar, and he pulls out a bottle and he says, I was wondering if I'd ever find a time to drink this. It's a bottle of Stetteron Reserve wine. I suppose now would be the time greater than any others. Does anyone want to share a glass?
I would love to join you in a preemptive celebration of our victory.
Great.
Let us celebrate our new friends and our new way forward.
I'll have a glass, but I need a smaller one. Too much just really sends me over the edge.
Okay. He grabs some wine glasses and pours the wine out into the glasses and passes it around to whoever would like a glass of wine. I don't know how to make a cheers very well, but cheers to hopefully living and escaping this place. And he raises his glass.
I will cheers to that.
I cheers to that, but can my strength shatter the glass?
Give me a strength saving throw.
25.
The 25, you are able to, you go in with a little too much force, but then able to realize that if you were just a little bit more, you would have shattered your glass at least. And with that, with the rest of the evening to you all to sit and plan, we will pause the story for now and come back to see what happens next in Expedition Untold. Woo! Yes. Thank you to all the players this week: Scott, Brooke, and Becca, and Will and Natalie. Their socials can be found in the description. If you want to see the video of the episode, it'll be up on our YouTube. Follow us at Tall Tale Tavern Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. If you like us, give us one of those good 5-star reviews. Join our Discord too. Thank you to Tyler Adelsperger for our intro music. Thank you to Zazar for our artwork. And with that, we will see you next time at the Tall Tale Tavern.